Okay, the first thing we need to talk about is someone's already said, didn't we learn this in like 6th grade? You did learn this in middle school. I don't remember, I don't know the exact grade levels. But yes, you have learned this before, which is why you will see it is a one-sided notes page with only 4 practice problems, and then we're moving on. So we are doing 2 things today, and then you will have a quiz tomorrow. We're going to refresh you on 4 measures of central tendency, give you the definitions, remind you of the formulas, then we're going to practice it with this data set right here, compare answers, and then do the 4 practice problems at the bottom, and then we're moving on. First and foremost, when you hear the word central, what do you think?
Middle.
Middle? What's another word for it? Center. In the Hamilton Place Mall, have you ever recognized what's kind of in the middle of the mall? What?
Cafeteria.
The food court.
It's not really in the middle. It's like in the side.
Okay, we're not gonna split hairs. We're saying it's in the middle of the mall because there are probably the same amount of stores to the left as there are to the right. Not necessarily physical, because I don't know how big the mall is, but in terms of splitting the number of stores, it's probably in the middle. Because that's a central location, and that's where, it makes sense to put all your food, restrooms, drink stations, whatever, and then it used to be the movie theater. Barnes & Noble used to be a movie theater a long time ago.
Wow.
So measures of central tendency in terms of statistics means there's different numbers that are talking about something to do with the center of the data. Okay, something to do with the middle of the data. One of them refers to what the actual numbers are, and the other one just refers to how many numbers there are. Okay? So let's go through it. What do you recall that the mean, not trying to repeat myself here, what is the mean of some data mean? What is it? Do you remember? Yes. Hold that for right here. Hold that one for right here. The mean of a set of data.
Don't you gotta sum all of them up?
Divide. Yeah. Do you remember the other word for this? How do I get your grade?
Grade our papers.
No, I mean
You find the average of our.
Thank you. The average. It is the average of the values. Everybody has a working sense of average. You add up all of the numbers and then you divide by how many numbers there are. So like your test average comes from adding up all your tests and dividing by how many tests you took. Okay? There is a notation for it. I need you to come over here. Notation is the fancy word for symbol. It is X bar. X bar. Commit it to memory, okay? X bar. What's that mean? Average. All right. Median. Median. Skylar, what was it you said? Least to greatest. And then there's another element to it. Those of you that are starting to drive, or if you just pay attention to when your parents drive, what is the median in the road? What's the median?
Middle.
What?
Middle.
Middle. When you say the middle. So if I walked out here to this, what is this? Tiger Trail? If I walked out here to Tiger Trail, this 2-lane road, is there a median?
No.
There is not a median there. If I go to Walnut Avenue in Dalton, get off on Walnut Avenue, exit 333, Dalton State College, Harvard on the highway, is there a median?
Yes.
Yes. It's concrete. It's the structure in the middle of the road. It separates the opposite directions of traffic. It's called a median. Sometimes it's a grassy area. Sometimes it's a concrete area. Okay? In data, it's the middle of the data. Meaning the numbers themselves don't matter. It's just, if I've got 13 numbers total, that would give me 6, 6, and then I'd have the 1 in the middle. You with me? 6 plus 6 is 12, 13, the 1 in the middle is 13. All right, so we got a couple of things to take notes on here. First of all, there it is. It is the middle value in an odd set. In an odd set. Meaning, like I said, if we had 13 numbers, that would be 6, 6, and then in the middle would be the one data value that splits it. Okay? There is a rule. There's a disclaimer. It's like Skylar said. What do you have to do? First, Skylar. Yes, from least to greatest. So, with the median, you do need, let's make our note. We'll put it right here. You do have to list it from least to greatest before you can actually find the median. And then if it's an even set of numbers, do you remember how to find it? If it's even. Like, let's say I have, here we go, look at my hands. I have 10 numbers here. You with me? 10 numbers. Everybody's looking at me. Everybody's looking at me. Everybody's caring right now. I know you're looking at me because I'm giving you an example. Don't be a jerk. Come on, look at me. I have 10 numbers. Imagine every finger represents a number. And imagine they're in order. You with me? The median, is there a middle here?
Yes.
Like a middle number, like a middle data set?
No.
No. So what do I do? What do you think I do with the
two middles? You add them, subtract them.
No.
Divide them, multiply them.
What did we just learn? Will you quit? Don't do that. Will you quit? Look, what did we just learn? What word did we just review?
Average.
Yes.
So you add them together and divide by 2.
Yes. So if I have an even set of numbers, I can't actually say, oh, this one's in the middle, because there's not one. So you basically find the middle. So I got 5 and 5. And then the two numbers that are in the middle, you now average those two together. Okay? So let's take some notes right here. We're going to say, if, I don't know why I made that lowercase. If it's even, then average the two middle numbers. So if it's odd, it's literally the number in the middle. But if it's even, you're going to have to do a little work. Find the 2 in the middle and then average them. All right, what does mode mean? What word does mode sound like almost? Most. Thank you. I didn't mean to give it away by just saying that. Mode is the most occurring value or values. There can be, you ready? None. Notice I didn't write the number 0. 0 is a data value. None means non-existent, right? So distinguish between the two. There can be none. There can be one number, or there could be a tie. You could have maybe two numbers that appear like 3 times each, and in that case your mode would be the two numbers. Okay. Range, what does it sound like? The blank between the smallest and the largest. Range.
Different.
Thank you. The difference between the smallest and the largest. It's like in track. And I could be wrong here because I definitely don't run or do track. But the high jump, maybe something they look at is like what's your range of jumping, like what's been your lowest, and then what's been your personal record, and then that gives you like an idea of what your range is in your high jumps. All right, now what I want to do is this data set right here. This is our data set. Come on. I want you to first count up quietly how many numbers are in that data set total. Count it up. Quietly. How many did you get?
10.
All right, now I want you to come over here to the right, and I want you to learn to use N to represent how many numbers there are, okay? N means how many numbers there are. You with me? Let's see. Please take your pencil, and now before... Okay, let me ask this. Bless you. True or false? The data needs to be in increasing or ascending order to find the mean. True or false? The data needs to be in ascending order to find the mean.
False.
False. What does the data need to be in ascending order in order for you to find? Median. We are going to go ahead and put it in ascending order just so that we are all on the same page. Will you please come right here, and will you please reorder the data right here, least to greatest. Reorder the data least to greatest. Come on. Should be putting it in order from least to greatest. If you are waiting for me to put that on the board for you to copy, that is a level of laziness that I cannot get on. So if you would please make sure you're picking your pencil up and accomplishing the task of putting it in ascending order. Oh, there it goes. All right, and then correct me if I'm wrong because I'm. What did you get? 4. Wait a minute, she's struggling. Come on. 22. And then 25. What is that? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Perfect. All right. Now what I would like you to do on your own is to find all 4 of these measures of central tendency. You can either write it over here or like right here. I was going to write it. It's up to you. I guess we could organize it right here. Example, like this was our example, and now we're going to write it. So write your mean here, your median, your mode, and your range. Everybody, right now. Find the mean, the median, the mode, and the range. Stand by. Okay. What did you get for the average? What'd you say?
13.
13.
I said 13.
So this is X bar. If you'll add the little X bar in front of it, because I need you to start training yourself to recognize that. When you, yes. It's a great question. So true or false, can the mean be a number that is not in the data set?
Yes.
Yes, it can. Great question. The mean is showing you if you take into account every data value. Think of it as weight. You with me? Think of weight. If you take into account every data value, the mean is the average weight of all of them. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a number in the data. It's letting you know where the center of the data is if you think of scales, balancing the scales. Median is the center of the data if you think of just balancing the number of numbers on each side. Has nothing to do with weight. Okay? I hope y'all are wrapping your mind around this. There's a big, like, when am I ever going to use this in real life? A lot of people look at average income, median income, when they're looking at like where they're going to live. Because property taxes pay, this is, you talk about getting deep, you know. Property taxes play a role. When you grow up, you buy your own house or townhome or whatever, and you have to pay property taxes. If you're in an area where it's very affluent, meaning lots of money, you're gonna pay higher property taxes because your house is probably up on par with the affluent income of the neighborhood. Does that make sense? So some people look at mean income, which would be the average, and then some people look at median income. Mean takes into account weight. Median just means I got half over here and half over there. All right, so big difference. What is the median here? Since we had 10 values, where is the middle data number what and what?
10 and 14.
Or data number 5 and 6, right? Okay, so 5 and 6, 5 is 10 and data number 6 is 14. So the median here is going to be between 10 and 14, which means you have to find the average. What'd you get? 12?
Yes.
Very good. What'd you get for the most? The mode?
10.
10?
Yeah.
Range?
What are you, 21?
Range is your high value minus your low value, and you should have gotten 21. Now, watch this. Watch, y'all. I'm going to show you a trick. Please go to Desmos. Go to Desmos. Push the plus sign to tell it to give you a table. And let's type those values in. What are they? We're typing these in. What are they, y'all?
4,
4,
4,
10,
14, 15, 16, 22, 25,
28? So is this it?
Yeah, that's it.
All right. Please watch. Okay, you ready?
Yes.
We wanted the mean, median, and mode, right? Look at this. Keyboard. Functions. What do you see?
I see the mean, the median.
Mean, median. They won't do mode. You have to find the mode. Now, let me show you an even shorter trick. Watch this. Mean, parentheses of X1 list. Bam. Median of X1 list. Bam. Watch this.
What you got?
Max of X1 list minus min of X1 list. Bam.
It's kind of chilly in here. Like, I can't see
Feels great.
I can't see the bottom of it.
Max minus min. Now, you might be thinking, well, that feels like cheating. Yeah, I would agree. This is where I'm kind of like torn. Because ethically, I think that you should learn how to do it. I think you should know how to do this. But this is the calculator that the state is approving for you to use during the EOC. Which means, in my opinion, the state does not care if you know how to calculate mean, median, mode, because they're telling you they're allowing you to use their resources to get it. What the state cares about is, can you talk about it? Right? It's great if you don't know, if you know both. If you know how to find it and you can talk about it, great. But the state's like, look, at this point you should already know how to find it. We're leveling up. We want you to be able to talk about it. What is the mean mean? What does the median mean? What does the range mean in terms of the data? Okay? You might want to write on your paper this little Desmos hack. You do have to enter the data in the table, and then you can literally type mean X1, median X1. And you can't type range. You have to do, hey, take the max, subtract the min. Okay? Please try the 4 practice problems right now. Because of this Desmos hack, I'm setting a very strict timer, and then we're moving on.